Right now at noon, the nearly 400-page Mueller report has been released to the public, while Democratic leaders are asking Mueller to testify before Congress. And it's the day we've all been waiting for, as the terrace chairs will be returning to the Memorial Union later today.
From the Channel3000.com Alert Center, this is News 3 Now at noon.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Mark Kane. Thanks for tuning in to News 3 on this Thursday afternoon. We'll get to those stories in just a bit, but first, let's head over to the Weather Center. Meteorologist Dana Fulton joins us on the noon show. Is this the first time?
Second. So we're at a very small number of times. Yes. Unfortunately, I've been asking lots of questions about how everything needs to be put together. Not a lot of questions with the forecast, though. Thankfully, our storm chance really dying down overnight. Of course, yesterday afternoon, we were seeing those storms slide on through. Right now, we're really just looking at a cloudy sky with a slight chance for some showers building in for us later on today. As you can see now with your Doppler track, most of the rainfall is really in the southeast corner of the state. Although I was stepping outside a second ago and I felt a few raindrops, so there is the chance, of course, to just feel a little light shower action before the end of the afternoon. Right now it's 43 in Madison, 48 in Janesville, much cooler compared to where we were at this time yesterday. The warmer air is now well off to the east in Indiana, Iowa, and eastern Michigan. 46 in Dubuque also. Our dew points have dropped quite a bit also, in the 30s rather than in the 50s. They've dropped just about 8 degrees for us in Madison. Now, temperatures over the next few hours are going to hold pretty steady with that cloud deck overhead. It's not going to allow us to warm up too much nor cool down too much throughout the rest of the afternoon and evening. Overnight, though, our sky will clear, and that's going to lead to a sunny end to the weekend. A much cooler night ahead for us. But we'll take a closer look at what's ahead for the rest of the evening and your Friday in just a few minutes. Mark?
All right, we'll see you then. Thank you, Dana. Due to the snowmelt and possible storms, officials are warning that the Wisconsin River will continue to rise. Columbia County says the river is expected to crest at 19.8 feet on Saturday, which is a major flood stage. Sandbags are available at the Columbia County Highway shop in Wyocena. A redacted version of the long-awaited Mueller report is now public. CBS News is reviewing the more than 400-page report. So far, it reveals some of President Trump's reaction when he learned a special counsel had been appointed. Natalie Brand has the latest from Capitol Hill.
Attorney General William Barr has released a public version of Special Counsel Robert Mueller's long-awaited report on Russian interference in 2016. According to the report, the president said, "This is the end of my presidency," when told that a special counsel had been appointed. Barr spoke this morning before releasing it.
We now know that the Russian operatives who perpetrated these schemes did not have the cooperation of President Trump or the Trump campaign.
Barr also concluded there was not enough evidence to establish that the president committed obstruction of justice. Mueller did not reach a conclusion on that question, and CBS News has learned the special counsel's team was split.
The White House fully cooperated with the special counsel's investigation, providing unfettered access to campaign and White House documents.
President Trump reacted to Barr's conclusions with a Game of Thrones-inspired tweet that says, "Game over."
I'm having a good day, too. It was called No Collusion, No Obstruction.
The Justice Department says it plans to provide a limited number of Congress members with a copy of the report with fewer redactions than the public version. But Democrats are not satisfied. House Judiciary Committee Chairman Jerry Nadler is demanding to see the full report, saying this is about transparency and accountability.
It's outrageously irresponsible. It shows that the Attorney General is biased.
Democratic leaders are calling on Robert Mueller to publicly testify about the report's findings as soon as possible. Natalie Brand, CBS News, Capitol Hill.
And Mueller's report is based on more than 2,800 subpoenas, nearly 500 search warrants, and approximately 500 witness interviews. Senator Cory Booker will be the 5th Democratic presidential contender to campaign in Wisconsin in advance of the 2020 election. Booker's campaign website says the New Jersey senator will hold a discussion on preventing gun violence in Milwaukee on Tuesday. 4 Democratic contenders have already visited Wisconsin, including Senator Bernie Sanders of Vermont, Senator Amy Klobuchar of Minnesota, former Congressman Beto O'Rourke of Texas, and San Antonio Mayor Julian Castro. President Trump holds a rally in Green Bay on April 27th. A parish police official says investigators believe that an electrical short circuit most likely caused the Notre Dame Cathedral fire. The fire happened on Monday, and officials are still assessing the extent of the damage. Flames destroyed most of the 800-year-old landmark's roof, including its 300-foot spire. Nearly $1 billion has been raised so far to rebuild the cathedral. The French president is vowing to rebuild it in 5 years. In more local news today, the U.S. Census Bureau figures show that Dane County led the state in population growth in 2018. The county added almost 6,000 people. Overall, Wisconsin gained about 21,500 residents to remain the 20th most populous state. Milwaukee County lost about 2,400 residents. The State Journal reports that since the beginning of the decade, just over half of Wisconsin's 72 counties have grown, adding about 147,000 people. The rest, mainly rural counties in the north, saw a combined decline of about 19,500 residents. Well, the day many Madisonians anticipate most throughout the cold winter months is finally here. The terrace chairs are coming back to the Memorial Union Terrace today at 4 p.m. Individuals can line up at the North Park Street entrance starting at 3 p.m. The first 200 guests will get new terrace-themed swag. The 2019 terrace season will include Terrace After Dark's music and movie series. There'll also be yoga on the terrace and Lake Mendota paddling rentals and arts and craft events. Later this season, the Brat Stand, the Barbecue Stand, Lakeview Lounge, and Sunset Lounge will all open. The Milwaukee Bucks took Game 2 of the Eastern Conference playoffs against the Detroit Pistons 120-99 last night. Eric Bledsoe led the Bucks with 27 points. The Bucks will now head to Detroit for Game 3, which will be played Saturday night, and Game 4, which will be played on Monday night. Milwaukee is trying to win the series for the first time since 2001. And the 2019 National Football League regular season schedule was released last night. The Green Bay Packers will be featured in 5 primetime games on Sunday, Monday, and Thursday nights. They'll open up the season at Soldier Field against the Bears on Thursday, September 5th. To see the Packers' full schedule, head to channel3000.com. And there's more to come on News 3 Now at noon. Up next, we'll see what Howard's working on in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen.
Today, we've got an Easter brunch favorite that will have everyone asking for seconds and even thirds. With Easter just days away, you're most likely on the home stretch when it comes to getting everything together. Like most of us, you'll probably know what you're having for Easter dinner, and you have more than enough candy to fill your Easter basket. But if you're still looking for that something different to serve Easter morning, we've got a flavor-packed quiche that's holiday special, and you won't believe how easy it is. We start out by placing a refrigerated pie crust in a deep dish pie plate, crimping the edges. And if you want to make your own crust from scratch, go ahead. We fill it halfway with a mixture of shredded Swiss and cheddar cheese and top that with some diced ham. The rest of the cheese goes on, along with a few eggs that we've beaten with some half and half. You want to pour this on slowly so it seeps into all the cheese. Then all we do is bake it until the center is set. Once it's done, I actually like to let it cool for a bit so it's easy to cut. And when you dish this up, it's so creamy, rich, and satisfying, you're gonna wonder why you waited so long to make it. So here's what I suggest. Go online and get the recipe for our easy ham and cheese quiche, so you'll have one less thing to think about. I'm Howard with Kelly in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen, where today we found a
cheesier way
for you to say, ooh, it's so good.
All right, guys, thank you. There's more to come on News 3 Now at noon. Up next, a cloudy and breezy Thursday. Meteorologist Dana Fulton is tracking some possible showers in our first alert forecast. That's right after this. Well, Pinterest pins the opening bell, and a pickle company takes a bite out of the chip industry. Diane King Hall has more in today's Money Watch report.
Put a pin in it. Pinterest rang the opening bell on Wall Street to kick off trading and commemorate its first day as a public company. The company picked the New York Stock Exchange to list under the ticker PINS, pricing its public offering at $19 a share. On the earnings front, American Express is out with its quarterly report card, and it was a mixed bag. The card issuer of the well-heeled says profit topped $1.5 billion, which was better than expected, but Spending by cardholders was weaker than expected, with analysts citing the effects of the government shutdown and a delay in tax refunds. Samsung is investigating reports of screen problems on its highly anticipated foldable smartphone. Some tech reviewers of the Galaxy Fold said the phone malfunctioned after only a day or two of use. The nearly $2,000 phone opens into a tablet. It goes on sale in the U.S. next week. And pickle producer Vlasic is developing a new kind of pickle chip. The company announced 2 new pickle products, Vlasic single-serve pickle slices and a vacuum-fried pickle chip. Vlasic says pantry and refrigerated pickles are a billion-dollar industry that continues to grow. And that's your CBS Money Watch report. For more, head to cbsmoneywatch.com. At the New York Stock Exchange, I'm Diane King Hall.
And checking Wall Street at the noon hour, the Dow Industrials up 112 points. The NASDAQ, however, is down. The S&P 500, though, up almost 5. Let's check in now with Q106 Farm Director Pam Yankee. Pickle chips. I think I'm on board with that.
I think that sounds good. I like the pickles, you know, like if you go to the bar or whatever and they've got them deep fried and that. I like that. So I think I'd be kind of a good client for the chip side too. We'll see.
Yes, pickles and chips, 2 good things.
If it's got salt, if it's deep fried, I'm usually in line for that. So, all right, today what we're focused in on, it's the final trade day of the week for folks down in Chicago. Tomorrow, the Good Friday holiday means that markets will be idle. A lot of short covering going on right now as far as corn, soybeans, and wheat are concerned. To be quite honest, we just don't have much news in the marketplace. Export numbers were released this morning. Nothing fantastic. The wheat market is getting down to the bottom line as far as making expectations on USDA's expectations for international shipment. We're coming in a little light as far as those numbers, but then again, that's not necessarily a big surprise given all the tariffs that everybody's been talking about. Our Wisconsin dairy industry is being highlighted today at the Alliant Energy Center. The cheesemaker industry from across the state's been at the Alliant Energy for the past couple of days. Today, they are going to have the graduating class of master cheesemakers. Remember, that program only exists in Wisconsin outside of the European Union. I think, I've got to check my folks at Center for Dairy Research, I think we've got 6 brand new master cheesemakers that are going to graduate tonight after about 5 years worth of commitment to that program. So it's definitely a high watermark as far as their careers are concerned. They'll also be holding an auction tonight on some of that cheese from the U.S. Cheese Championship, kind of just going through those motions to raise money for scholarship funds. So good luck to them. Speaking of cheese, big drop today. Barrel cheese down 7.5, 151.5. 40-pound block cheese down 1/2 at 166 3/4. AA butter going into the weekend up 1/4 cent mark, $2.28 1/4 per pound. So yeah, congratulations to our master cheesemakers. I'm working without notes here. I believe they're celebrating 40 years of having the master cheesemaker program around Wisconsin. And like I said, other states are tricky. They want to try to copy us, but Wisconsin's the only state in America that's got a master cheesemaker program. Pretty special.
It's America's Dairyland, I hear.
That's what we're talking about, buddy.
So you're off tomorrow?
Yeah, the markets are closed, so I'm going to bebop.
All right, have a good holiday weekend.
Yep, we'll catch you Monday.
All right, see you later. Dana's here now with your forecast. It could be a little warmer, couldn't it?
It could be. That certainly would be nice for us. In fact, if we were just a little closer to average, we would be in the upper 50s. And it's just cold outside. It's a little breezy outside. It's a little cloudy outside also. The thing it's not, though, not a little stormy. Yesterday afternoon and evening, we were keeping a very close eye on some storms sliding through. They are now well off to the east. We're just looking at a cloudy sky as we go through the rest of the afternoon and the evening. Unfortunately, not expecting any pockets of sunshine to pop up for us. As we look at our Doppler track, again, the bulk of that heavy moisture now well off into Michigan and parts of Illinois, still seeing showers into Indiana. We may see a few light sprinkles for us in southern Wisconsin. In fact, I was just outside, could feel a few raindrops, but no major showers or storms expected to come through for us throughout the rest of the afternoon and evening. Doppler track's going to stay pretty quiet. Not necessarily a bad thing. We just would like a little more sunshine. So this cold front that slid on through now ushering in a little northwest breeze for us as we're on the back side of this low pressure. That cooler air is just sliding in. Temperatures today quite a bit cooler outside. We're going to wait until that low slides a little further east, and that's when our cloud coverage will really clear up. We'll have some high pressure building in, and it's going to keep things sunny for our Friday, Saturday, and most of Sunday. Really looking towards the end of the week and the weekend, conditions improve quite a bit. We don't have another system sliding in until we get late into Sunday, and it's really just a slight chance for us. Again, that cold front just really dropping our temperatures. So overnight, we are expecting our temperatures to fall actually to the upper 30s. Right now, we're holding pretty steady, close to 50 because it is so cloudy outside. Again, notice in the next few hours, we may see just a few slight rain chances. But as the clouds really break up overnight, it's going to allow our temperatures to drop just a little more. So upper 30s as we head into your Friday. Friday, we're expecting sunshine, and afternoon highs will be in the upper 50s. So a very seasonal day on tap for your Friday. That's right where we should be, actually, with that mostly sunny sky. By Saturday morning, another cool start to the day. Temps will be in the mid to low 30s early on, but with sun in the afternoon and a little breeze coming from the north, we are expecting those temps to climb up to the mid 60s. So it really should be nice outside as we head into your Saturday. Wind gusts through the next few hours will hover in the teens, so it is a little breezy outside right now. So that means our wind chill actually just a little lower than our actual temperatures. Right now we're at 43 in Madison and 48 in Janesville, but with that wind chill, it feels a little closer to 37 for us in Madison and 43 in Janesville. So over the next few hours, our temps are going to drop again with the breeze. It's going to feel just a little cooler than that outside. Overnight lows will be in the upper 30s and tomorrow's highs in the upper 50s with a mostly sunny sky. Really shouldn't be too bad outside. For your Friday, sunshine for Friday and Saturday, slight chance for some isolated showers late in the day on Sunday for your Easter Sunday. And as we head into next week, we seem to have a trend where we stay just a little above average.
That's great.
For the middle of the week.
Be a nice change.
It'll be a nice change, yes, with some sun too.
Easter looks nice.
It really does for a Sunday.
Right. Thanks, Dana. There's more to come on News 3 Now at noon. Up next, Marissa DeGroot from the Dane County Humane Society is here with our pet of the week. We'll meet Iris, the Easter bunny, when we come back. Marissa DeGroot from the Dane County Humane Society is here with our pet of the week. Good to see you, Marissa.
Hi.
who do we have here?
We have a big, beautiful Iris.
She is a big rabbit.
And she is a California rabbit, so she has these beautiful red eyes, and I just love the coloring on her face too, the little black spot on the nose and the ears.
And the black ears. She's a little plump.
Yep, she's naturally just a big girl, but at her last home, she was very well loved with food. So Iris here could use a home where she could maybe get out and get a little more exercise and maybe lose a little bit of weight.
So she was surrendered.
Yep, she was surrendered. Unfortunately, her family just wasn't able to care for her anymore. But we do know a lot about Iris. She is a couple years old, and she is just a very sweet girl. She's one of those that loves to come up and snuggle. And she has lived with other rabbits in the past, though you always want to make sure that you do a nice little bunny date and slow introductions to make sure bunnies get along together.
Are they territorial?
They can be, but bunnies are very social creatures, so if you can have bunnies live together, they absolutely love the company.
All right, we've got Easter coming up, and that has people thinking of
Easter bunnies.
Easter bunnies?
Yep.
This guy?
And what we do want to let people know is that if you're thinking about a bunny this time of year, make sure that your lifestyle is ready for a rabbit, because they can live 8 to 12 years. You're looking at a friend for a long time. They need a lot of love and attention, so just want to be ready for that. But if you are ready, we do have a lot of great rabbits available for adoption.
It's not a starter pet. This is a commitment.
It really is. I mean, 10 plus years of having a friend.
All right, and last week?
Oh, last week we had that sweet girl,
Sky,
and she did get adopted. We're so happy for her.
I loved her eyes. Beautiful little kitty. All right, let's get this one on. What's her name? Roxy.
Nope, I think that was from a couple weeks ago. This is big, beautiful Iris.
There we go, Iris. All right, go to the website, giveshelter.org for information on Iris and all the critters available. 838-0413. Marissa, thank you. Dana has one final check of the forecast.
So we do still have the slight chance for a shower or two through the afternoon, just a little bit of a chance for us. Looking at our Doppler track, you see not a lot of moisture out there. It is pretty cloudy outside, though, and it's also a little cool at about 43 in Madison and 48 in Janesville currently. And compared to this time yesterday, we have dropped just a little bit, especially in Platteville, about a 14-degree drop for us. It is a little breezy outside. Our winds coming from the northwest at about 12 miles per hour in Madison. Mineral Point closer to 14 miles per hour. And do know that as we head in through the next 12 hours, our temps are going to hold pretty steady with that cloudy sky overhead. And our wind speeds actually will be hovering in that 8 to 12 mile per hour range for us through the next few hours.
All right, that's our time for now. Thanks for watching. We'll see you back here at 4. In the meantime, have a great afternoon.